Persuading the cue ball to act in an unpredictable manner forms the basis of some of the very best tricks. Most of the 12 shots you're about to see require a high degree of skill to execute successfully and are truly fascinating to watch. Prepare to be amazed by the incredible swerves and curves. The objective of our first swerve trick, the banana shot, is simply to pop the yellow and black in one go. This is easier said than done when you realize there are two reds blocking the way, like this, but it can be done. As we watch the shot again from 3 different viewpoints, notice how the topspin applied to the cue ball allows it to really grip the cloth and curve back on course to pot the black. Everybody should be able to play this next trick, the roundabout, providing you set the balls up correctly. The goal is to spin the 8 ball around the arc of colors like this and back into the corner pocket. And once again, from above. In our 50th trick shot, the rail curve, it seems impossible to cleanly pot the 15 ball. Not true. Even though the white is completely trapped against the cushion, the stripe can still be made, as we can watch again in slow motion. Can a ball be sliced at an angle of over 90 degrees? The impossible cut gives us the answer. As we have just seen, the red can be clipped straight along the cushion like this, providing you initially swerve the cue ball out wide, highlighted here once more in slow motion. There are precious few shots more impressive than our next trick, jackknife. Take a look at this. By applying maximum side spin on the striped ball, as Jason is now demonstrating, the 11 spins around the triangle and pots the yellow. Let's watch again in slow motion. It's not only the cue ball that can pot the black. Take a look at this clever little coin shot. By striking a 2p coin leaning against the cushion, it's possible to swing it in a wide arc along the base before toppling the 8 ball. Surprisingly, topspin is all that's required to nail the remarkable hurdle trick. As we can see now, the object of the shot is to pop the red and jump the line of yellows to land on the black. In slow motion from overhead, notice how the cue ball slams the red in at great speed and then almost stops on the cloth before changing direction to slowly pop the 8 ball in the center. Well worth another look in real time. Once again, topspin is the only skill needed to achieve success in our next trick, Pinball Wizard. It seems impossible to bounce the white off the 2 reds before potting the 13, but it can be done. As we can see now in close-up, the red on the side cushion acts as a springboard for the cue ball to spin back and clip in the stripe. Watch again in slow motion. It takes 2 reasonably good players to perform this next curve shot, the double swerve. Even though there is no clear route, If both players curl the cue ball, the yellows can be potted. How on earth can the 12 be potted past these two reds? The title of this trick, Flick of the Wrist, gives us a clue. Because you can engage a great deal of action on a pool ball with the palm of your hand, as the blocking reds fly clear, the purple stripe will still be spinning furiously towards the corner bag. Our penultimate swerve shot, round the bend, shouldn't prove too much of a problem for most players. As we can see again in slow motion, the cue ball uses the reds to curl around the black and into the center pocket. Probably the most famous of all trick shots are the brilliant masses. Curling the cue ball in an extremely tight arc, as the professional is now demonstrating, is very difficult indeed. As we can see from this angle, it helps to reverse the grip on the cue in order to strike down at the correct upright angle. Perfect. You don't have to be a professional pool player to be in with a chance of performing the following 13 tricks. In most cases, given time and practice, anybody should be able to set up and perform them within their first few attempts. Although still very impressive, we call this sixth chapter Easy Shots. Potting the 8 ball in the center pocket in cushion spring shouldn't prove too difficult. As the cue ball crashes in, providing the reds have been lined up correctly, the black will sail straight to the pocket every time, as we can see again now in slow motion. The white finds itself balanced on the top cushion at the start of our next trick, the pyramid shot. Its goal, as we can now see, is to pop the black in the far corner after first cannoning into the 2 plants in the center of the table. Notice how the 8 ball, which is perched on 3 reds, skips over the wall and into the pocket. Amazingly, the black ball featured in the line-out is destined for the nearest center pocket. As we can see from this closer angle, the 8 is completely trapped on all sides. How's it done? Easy. The blocking reds break away, leaving the black to roll freely to the pocket. Once more from above. Potting the 4 yellows and the black in the aeroplane is actually a lot easier than it looks. And again, from this angle. In slow motion, we can see how the 8 ball really leaps off the chalk and follows the last yellow into the pocket. The straightforward task set in this next trick, knockout, is simply to make contact with the 8 ball black. Here's how it's done. To get the ball to topple, you must bang the table rail hard after gently striking the white. As the cue ball rolls down the center, the black breaks free and the cannon is made. A guaranteed version of our earlier roadblock trick, the blockbuster, achieves the same impressive feat of sinking a black which is being hindered by an awkward red ball. As we can see, the yellow clips the red away just in the nick of time. Set the blockbuster up correctly and it'll work every time. The most important feature of our next trick shot, the cushioned plant, is the half-inch gap between the red ball and the first yellow, shown here in close-up. This space gives the red just enough room to cannon into the lineup, which then starts off the chain reaction that finally pots the black. Believe it or not, the 8 spot can be potted from this position, although, as you'll find out, the push through is a bit of a cheat. In slow motion, watch how the red is deflected out of the way before the black itself is struck. Nobody will notice this if you're fast enough. The actual execution of this trick, the loop, isn't the problem. It's easy. Setting the shot up, on the other hand, is a different matter. You need a very steady nerve to balance the 2 blacks like this, but it's worth it. Notice how the top black freezes in place as it falls. Waiting patiently for the last ball in the loop to pot it. Our second con trick in the selection of easy shots comes in the form of the cushion cheat. Watch now as the professional manages to make the black in the corner pocket by sneakily using his cue as a runway. Perfect. The cue guides the white behind the colors to the black. The 4 yellows supporting the single red in the next trick, leapfrog, forms the basis of our 11th easy shot. In slow motion, we can see how the collision sends the red flying off the yellows, bouncing only twice on the table before finding the corner pocket. The simple intention of the Great Escape is to pop the cornered black in the far pocket, a bit like this. Even though the 8 is completely trapped against the side cushion and has to negotiate the 6 yellows, the trick is 100% successful. Although extremely easy to play, the final trick in this section, the twister, always confuses a lot of people. Watch as the balls miraculously spin around each other as they twist to the pocket. We've already seen the benefits of using extra cues, triangles, and even cubes of chalk when attempting these impressive trick shots. So why not go a stage further and make your own accessories? We call the 9 amazing tricks you're about to watch in our 7th collection, tube shots. By using tubes of different lengths, the undercut allows you to pot 2 balls in opposite pockets. Watch. If we zoom in, we can see that as the reds drop, they crash against each other and deflect off into the side pockets. Probably the hardest tube shot to play in this section is the Stuntman Special. You're about to see why. Incredible! As the highest cue ball is toppled, it falls onto the first 2 colors, sending them to the center pockets. Let's watch the shot again. You can use a single tube to good effect in our next trick, the seesaw shot. In slow motion, notice how the first yellow carries the tube into the pocket, leaving the second ball frozen in the jaws to wait for the white. Perfect. You'll need to make clever use of a tube and a cushion rubber for this fourth shot, the dive. By placing the black near a center pocket, like this, with a bit of luck, you'll pot the tube and the 8-ball in one go. As it falls, the black bounces off the rail and through the colors to the opposite center. Watch it again from above. The aim of the following trick, going underground, is to sink the 8 in the middle bag. Easy? Wait until you try it. As the cue ball cuts away the supporting tubes, a great deal of right-hand side needs to be applied to allow it to rebound off the far cushion to make the plant. Can backspin be applied to the cue ball in mid-air? Freefall gives us the answer. In close-up, we can see that the screw imparted on the white allows it to spin back to the blue 2-ball after striking the yellow, condemning them both to the center pockets. Most players will find it difficult to draw the cue ball back with enough pace to pop the 9 in this trick, high ball. Traveling through the tube greatly reduces any action on the cue ball, so you must strike very hard. Our 80th trick shot, high 5, shouldn't pose too many problems, providing the balls are set correctly. The orange hurdles the cue ball and races ahead to the pocket, toppling the black into the path of the oncoming white. There's no prizes for guessing the object of our final tube shot, the submarine. The cue ball has to be struck incredibly hard to maintain a straight line through the tubes to reach the 9 in the pocket. Believe it or not, most only make halfway. Our penultimate selection of tricks features 7 fantastic shots that involve the cue ball leaving the bed of the table. Professionals often regard these feats as the most difficult form of tricks they are ever asked to perform. We think you'll see why as you marvel at the following jump shots. Regardless of the fact that the white is obviously fenced in for over the top, the 8 can still be potted like this. The cue ball strikes the cushion, jumps the barrier, and eventually sinks the black. Potting the black is again the objective of our next trick, jump start. The necessary cannon can be made, despite the white being hooked behind the 2 yellows, by striking down and jumping the cue ball. Continuing onwards from the OTT theme, Lockjaw again pots the black from an apparently impossible position. This time, however, the cue ball rebounds from the corner pocket knuckle and travels off 3 cushions before finally clipping the black. Watch again from overhead. Without doubt, the rail spin is one of the most spectacular of all tricks. Take a look at this. With the black stranded on the cube of chalk and trapped securely behind the line of yellows, the only way of reaching it is to jump the white up onto the side cushion like this and screw back up the rail. The only logical way of potting the two reds in jump back is to bounce off the far cushion first. Watch. The cue ball jumps cleanly through the narrow gap between the two yellows before returning to make the simple double plant that eventually pots both reds. Jumping the cue ball in the three-cushion collapse sparks off a remarkable chain of events. How's this for a trick shot? The vibrations caused by striking down on the white as it jumps through the gap jogs the precariously balanced black from the opposite cushion and right into the firing line of the returning cue ball. Trick shots don't come any better than this. In the over and under, the white has to jump over the spider and screw back to the black. Impossible? Watch this. From these angles, notice how, after potting the red, the cue ball skips over the rest with enough backspin to fizz back to pot the black. There are two things that everybody loves to see when watching tricks. Speed is one, and sinking every ball on the table is another. The final 12 shots we are about to see combine both these factors and are ranked amongst the most impressive tricks ever devised. We call them Pot the Lot. One of the quickest trick shots, the 4-in-1, achieves the incredible feat of potting 4 balls in under half a second. Amazing! All 4 reds are dispatched to different pockets in the blinking of an eye. And if you're feeling lucky, why not go for all 5? It's another balancing act in our 90th trick shot, Twin Peaks. If you can manage to arrange 3 pool balls in a triangular formation like this, and then repeat the feat at the opposite pocket, you're almost there. The first 3 yellows collapse down the hole as the white screws back across to finish the job. Potting the black and white in the rollover is quite straightforward when you know how. Watch this. We've encountered this tactic before. Notice how the higher cue ball skips over the top and reaches the pocket well ahead of the slower black. The task set in the drop kick is to pop the yellow before sending the white around the angles to the black. The 8 freezes in place as the cue ball just has the strength to bounce off the 4 cushions to complete the trick. Don't be fooled by the title. Easy as 1, 2, 3 is a very difficult trick shot indeed. Creating an effect that is a delight to watch, the 1, 2 and 3 balls are potted in numbered order. Perhaps our next trick, Siamese twins, should be in the mystery section. Can you see how it's done? Knocking the trio of reds down in double quick time is the goal of the following shot, the 3-in-1. By forcing the white through the cluster of balls, all 3 reds will disappear down the center and corner pockets. Nobody will be able to predict how the balls can be potted in this trick, Spaghetti Junction. As the white screws back to pot the first ball, the last yellow travels around 4 cushions to the top corner bag. The effect of the puzzling magnet shot is almost an optical illusion. Watch closely. The yellows really seem to stick to each other as they fall into the pocket. Next up comes a slightly harder variation of the 3-in-1 shot we saw earlier. With practice, this trick will work on any 3 pockets on the table. The object of our penultimate trick, Beat the 8, is to sink the 3 yellows before the black. Here's how it's done. Whereas the yellows fly straight to the pockets, the black has to break free from the cluster and bounce off 2 cushions before finding the mark. 6 balls in 6 different pockets. Our last trick shot, the 6-in-1, is an absolute classic. As we have seen, playing the white right down the center should send a yellow to every pocket. What better way to end 100 great trick shots? Other titles available in the Blue Moon Leisure Play Pool video series include Give It Your Best Shot. Learn how to address the table and adopt the perfect stance. Forming the correct hand grip and why this can improve your cue action. Bridging in awkward situations. The secrets behind selecting the best equipment. How to conquer the basic straight pot during match play. Plus 16 truly amazing trick shots. The second volume of the Play Pool series, Playing the Game to Win, covers the important break shot and how it can win matches. Angled shots, when and how to play them. Discover why chalking the Q-tip is an important factor in controlling the white, especially when learning the art of backspin. Playing with topspin and the effects on the cue ball. Plants. Doubles. And how to work out the angles with some impressive cannons. Take your pool to the highest level with the third volume in the series, Play Pool Advanced Techniques. Studying the benefits sidespin can bring to your game. Mastering the complex swerve shots and how perfecting them can produce some truly incredible results. Using reversed side in positional play. This Advanced Techniques edition is guaranteed to improve anybody's standard of play regardless of ability. After studying this video along with the first 2 volumes in the Play Pool series, playing with topspin, backspin, reverse side or even swerves will become a natural part of your game. With practice, achieving a perfect 8-ball clearance can be made to look easy. The sequel to Play Pool 100 Great Trick Shots, this 5th edition Trick Shots Explained teaches players in clear and precise detail how to set up the best shots for themselves. All the secrets are revealed with expert tuition from Jason Tornado Twist. Featuring the latest computer-generated graphics to help iron out any potential problems in the troubleshooting section, Trick Shots Explained guarantees to make any league player a local celebrity. The unique telescopic cues featured throughout the Play Pool video series offers any player unrivaled quality and versatility. Missing shots through overstretching can now be eliminated, as the professional is demonstrating by simply extending the concealed mechanism, any shot is always within reach. Restricted space a problem in your club? Not anymore. For further information on this unique range of cues, aluminium cases and accessories, please contact Blue Moon Leisure.